Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and today we're going to do our final full Advent picture, which is this little cupcake here, this muffin, whatever you want to call it. Get some light on our program. Okay, I'm trying a new angle because I noticed the last video I was very up and down. I'm hoping that this one, you'll be able to see my pencils a little better. So forgive me, guys. I am trying to remember. It's counterintuitive to put your camera like all cockeyed, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So I am thinking chocolate cupcake, kind of a white frosting, and I'm leaning towards a red star. Would it? Yeah, I think so. So, and then these little pearls are going to be kind of this light blue color. And then what I'm going to do, because nobody probably wants to watch a video on Christmas to watch me color this small amount. So I'm going to go ahead and color this one at the same time. And as a final step, we will look at the page as a whole and we will decide, do we want Posca on certain things? Do we need to touch anything up? Do we want to add little highlights to our berries here, or little Posca marks on maybe some of our ribbon? So we'll look at all of those things at the end. So today is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video. So to be honest with you, I'm not exactly clear what colors I'm going to be using for the chocolate. I'm thinking a gold liner. So for the gold liner, we will need sand, cream, probably some light umber. I don't know if I'm going to use artichoke. I'm thinking I want it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm thinking probably a little goldenrod in the gold, and then maybe some burnt ochre, sienna brown, chocolate, beige, maybe for the muffin, and then we'll need our powder blue and our periwinkle for the pearls, and then I'm thinking the three reds, the Crimson Lake, Carmine, and Scarlet Lake. Yeah, Scarlet Lake. And then for the frosting, we'll need cream, peach beige, and probably beige. I may use a little espresso or sienna, or not sienna, sepia. So lots of colors today. Oh, and then I guess we're going to need our greens for our little sprigs here. So just the same greens we've been using. Prussian green, Kelly green, sap green light, and then let's throw in pale sage too, because I haven't decided. And then I'm probably going to use like a gold, like a signal gold for the Merry Christmas. But we'll see. We'll see what we think it needs, because maybe a black glitter pen might be kind of nice. So we'll see. Let's take it one step at a time. I am going to start with the gold foil here. Are you zoomed in? Okay. All right. So very lightly go over the center part of your foil cupcake liner. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is go in with sand, kind of in the centers. Because the centers would be, they're going to be kind of dipped down, right? So see how that's kind of like dipped down in the center there? And then we're going to use light umber in the center of that. So kind of a straight line from your triangle tip down. And then just kind of on the edge a little bit there. Maybe just a touch on the bottom. Yeah, kind of like that. Along this V. Okay. Okay. Maybe make it just a little wider with a light hand. Okay. And then we're going to go back in with our sand just along the edges of that. Kind of like if you go, it's so small that if you just go over what you just colored, you're probably going to get enough, if that makes sense. Okay. And then we're going to go in with our cream just to kind of color it all, because we want it all colored, right? We're going to use our white Posca to add our white highlights. Okay? And then we're going to take just a little bit of goldenrod. Let me sharpen. Okay. Because we need it kind of sharp. I'm going to add just a little bit, because I want this to be like a little bit of a brighter gold than we've been using, right? And maybe on both sides. We don't want to cover up all of that cream. We want a little bit of white light for that highlight, right? Okay. And then we can go in with our Posca, and we're going to cover those lines. Because that's where I made it like it's popping out. Okay. Let that dry. Okay, next up, I am going to go in with my beige and just kind of lightly go all over my cupcake. Okay, and then we're going to use a little bit of burnt ochre. This is just going to give it a little bit of warmth underneath that brown. Okay. Next up is chocolate. Can you see this better than before? Sure hope so. Okay. Next up is just a little bit of espresso. Tiny bit. Just here in the darkest where it meets, right? And maybe just a little, very light line under that ridge. Okay. A little bit of sepia. Down here, kind of on the edge. Almost like the crusty part, right? A little bit blending up from that espresso. Okay. And then, let me see, maybe just a little goldenrod. Okay. And then back with the chocolate. Not covering everything. You want a little variance in color. Okay. I can live with that. Next up is my cream. I'm going to go over all of the frosting with the cream, avoiding the little balls. Very light layer. Okay, next up is peach beige, and I'm going to go right along the lines. Like this would be the shadow color. Okay. So I'm going underneath the lines. Okay. And then with the peach, just going over that exact same line. Not peach, beige. Okay. Then with our white that I didn't tell you to get. Gotta keep you guys on your toes. Go over the highlights, right? These edges. I am pushing fairly hard. We can add a little Posca if we need to pop those up if we need. Okay. Next up, let's do our blue little berries. We're going to go in with periwinkle, just like we do our berries here. These are like little balls, right? So just add a little tiny bit in a C shape. It's so small, not going to make a huge difference. I mean, it will, the color will, but I mean, if it's a C or not, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's our little balls. You can add that dark back in if you feel like you lost it. I kind of do. Adding just a little bit there. Now, we could do, what do you think? Should we do like a gold here? Should we do the red? We could do a green. We're going to have green here. Let's do our green there, right? Go in with Kelly green. Start with our mid-tone. Let's see how dark we decide to make these. Wish we were live so that you could be chatting with me and tell me what you think. Okay. Sap green light. I am going over what I colored before. I know these are small, so it's hard to really see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go in with our pale sage. I really like this green combination. I hope you do too, since we've used it for everything. Okay. So now that we've got our green, what do we think here? Okay. Originally I was thinking red, but I think I'm going to go with this gold. So we're going to color it with cream. I'm going to leave this piece right here kind of white. So we'll go in with our cream here. And then we're going to use the same colors we used here. So I'm going to use, where is it? Oh, there it is. How do colors disappear on your desk like that? All right, so we're going to go in with a little bit of our raw umber on our dark spots here. Just a touch, like around there. Okay, and then a little bit of sand. Okay. A little bit more raw umber where I kind of covered it too much with the sand. Not too much, but I lost a little bit there. And then a little bit of white. Okay. A little more raw umber here. Let's put a little pop of goldenrod in there too, huh? Let's brighten it up just a little. A little more cream. Just fussing at this point. Okay. And then let's take our Posca. My Posca's almost out. Add some white here. Because I want it to be starker. Maybe a little touch there. Okay. Tiny dots. on our pearls. And then maybe one more coat. Okay, I'm gonna zoom it out just a little. Bring it down. Okay, we got the whole page in, right? Okay, so I am going to put just a little dot, ever so tiny, on our berries here. A little bit more here. Okay. We're okay there. What do we think about going around the edges? I'm really torn on these. Let's see, we could probably scrape it off if we don't like it. Okay, so after a little bit of a debate with myself, I said no. I think what I want to do is maybe just add a little bit of powder blue in kind of that C shape. Yeah, I like that a little better. Just adding a little more color. And then going in with my Posca to add that highlight. Okay, I can live with that. What else were we thinking? Oh yeah, our bird. Not 100% happy with the bird. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a little bit of goldenrod. And a little bit of burnt ochre. To kind of pair it up with what we've got going. Right? All right, maybe a little sienna brown. Okay, now on his wings, I think we're gonna use why can I never find raw umber? It's like always missing. It's the lone color. Because we really don't have a lot of this sepia color that I had in this bird. So I'm bringing in some more of the brown tones. And everything else is pretty colored. I don't have anything with this, like his wings were, what's the word, like textured, and nothing else in our picture is like that. And I felt like it wasn't being very cohesive. Okay, let's put maybe just a little bit of goldenrod in, and we'll take that sepia and we'll try and darken up the line right there for his tail. What do you guys think? Do you like the changes? Are you mad at me for changing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Should I have done better? Yes. All right, sienna brown. Okay, so I think the last thing we have left, I thought about going around these things. The problem that I have, and this is my thought, so you can feel free to disagree with me, but I feel like when you do a page like this, if you're going to eliminate the lines, you should eliminate the lines on everything. If you're not going to eliminate the lines, then you should keep them on everything. Kind of my school of thought. Now, little things like this, you can eliminate the lines, but I'm talking about the actual image itself. I feel like if I eliminate the petal lines, why wouldn't I do the horse? Why wouldn't I do the leaves? And then I got to go get like acrylic markers in all the colors and do the things, which you could certainly do, but I'm not going to. I'm really liking how this page turned out overall. I'm going to get my Signo Gold and I'll be right back. If you don't have Signo Gold, feel free to use any gold gel pen or black. I like the Signo because it does actually does a good job of covering the lines. Now, whether or not I can do a good job of covering the lines is a totally different question. You don't put your hand in it. It's probably best to leave it well enough alone instead of trying to adjust. Now, we could put in a little pop of gold here and there to kind of tie it in to our page. I'm not sure why that one has one. Not sure if I'll like that. That's probably all I'll do. What if we did those in gold? Okay. Feel free to use gold wherever you would like, but I'm going to call this page done. I thank you so much for joining me on this Advent, and until the next time, I hope you have a fantastic Merry Christmas, and that peace be with you. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you enjoy adult coloring content, please consider subscribing. You can now find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I welcome all comments and suggestions. Don't forget to like the video before you go. And until next time, take care.